Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. I think it's time to buy the dip. Maybe need to send some things out here. I wanted to hop on because I saw my buy orders, some of them filling, and so I thought I better come out here and look what's going on. I would have been on earlier, but I've actually been going with people who have the flu or the whatever it is this year to the ER. It is definitely a drastic, whatever it is, flu season, COVID season, whatever it is. Um, it ain't no joke. So whatever it might be, stay hydrated. The ERs right now here in Phoenix are full of people who've got the whatever it is, the Omniflucron, whatever, uh, that are dehydrated. The elderly are, it hits them kind of hard, especially. So here's the deal, everybody. This is a PSA, unsolicited advice. I'm not a doctor. This is not health advice, nor is it financial advice. But I'll tell you what, get yourself a case of Gatorade, even if you don't like it and you think that it's kind of like garbage, a lot of garbage in it. You know what I mean? There is. But you know what? Um, it would not hurt to know how to use a blood pressure machine, a blood oximeter, get a thermometer, the digital kind, boom, and know how a blood sugar meter works. If you know those things and you can test somebody quickly and assess their situation, and then also you have some water like Gatorade, easier to drink. It doesn't hit the stomach like a bomb when you are dehydrated and you are sick as hell. So anyway, I've been watching people fall out hard. I've been to like the urgent care, and I've been watching people walk into the ER and fall on their face. So anyway, like whatever is going on, it's pretty rough. And what I see that tends to be the issue is people are falling out because they are dehydrated. That's what I'm seeing. Anyway, I ain't a doctor, not health advice any more than this is financial advice, but I just want to say, take that shit seriously and stay hydrated. And if you have any like elderly, like kind of boomer era relatives, or you are yourself, um, don't watch out for this. Who's heard this? I don't like drinking water. Well, tough shit. You're gonna drink it, or you're gonna drink it through an IV on the way to the ER. So anyway, stay friggin' hydrated. If your pee ain't clear, you're dehydrated. And you know what? This ain't the time for that. So, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. It is January 5th. It is, what day is it anyway? Sorry, guys. It's been a busy couple of days. It is Wednesday, so it's January 5th, Wednesday, 1:14 p.m. here in the Arizona desert, where people are dropping like flies from the whatever it is this year. And Bitcoin just dumped. I saw some buy orders that I had in, some limits hit. So let's see what is going on. All right, the crypto environment in squares. Let's refresh that. Let's refresh. Come on, Bitcoin trading volume, work, please. Okay, let's check this out. Let's check that out. I'm going to do these early in the morning from now on and get these out. I don't have one out this morning, early in the morning, because I was, at the ER and urgent care with people that are falling out. So with that said, if this thing doesn't refresh and screw me over, it looks like a mix of green and red in the market today. More red than green right now, especially if Bitcoin is just now dumping. All right, Bitcoin trading volume not showing up for work yet. Looking at spot trading pairs on Binance, 15 billion last 24 hours, down 2%. We don't have volume. We just do not have trading volume. It's not happening. 59 billion for derivatives. You want to see at least 7, you want to see at least 75 billion, and that ain't 75 billion, down about 2% last 24 hours. So can't see Bitcoin trading volume explicitly. We're going to figure out a way to do that if this site has blown it. With that said, boom. Anyway, volume sucks ass today. Let's look at longs versus shorts sentiment. 79% long, 20% short on Binance. People are thinking it's time to buy this dip, and they are. That's for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, 78% long, 21% short. So for Ethereum, people are definitely buying the dip. Also, that's on Binance. So bam. All right, there you go. Bitcoin trading volume still not showing up. Performance last hour, of course, here in the Bitcoin universe. The crypto universe, looking at squares. A mix of green and red. Oh, some green happening. Let's see what's going on here. Who's deep green? XDCE, whatever that is. Anyway, I'm looking for some deeper, some big green numbers. Who's green? Who's really green? Not seeing any big spikes. Nothing's really rocketing up towards the upside yet. All right, let's look at what's going on now. Bitcoin on the daily chart. Oh, remember when I was talking about the negative MACD cross on the daily and what might happen? It did. So anyway, the histogram's definitely going the wrong way. The MACD's crossed under the signal. Histogram is widening. That dump that I was thinking could happen, that many were, has done happened. And with that said, bam, look at that glorious daily red candle on the going the wrong way there. We were under the 200 moving average when we had a negative MACD cross. Boom, it's over, y'all. We're going to have a little bit of dump action, okay? I'm not saying it's over, but we're going to have some dump, okay? So now check this out. Yesterday, we were talking about this. This is a 4-hour chart, okay? And 4-hour chart, daily, 4-hour, kind of 2-hour, and 45-minute charts tend to really be, to me, very a great way to measure Bitcoin. So on the 4-hour chart, you had the bottom of the RSI cave right here. Let's look at this a little bit closer. And what I was thinking, now believe me, it could dump more than this, okay? It definitely could dump more than this. But I had a limit order right here at the bottom of the RSI cave, because as you can see, if you look at the 4-hour chart and you look at Bitcoin, you check it out, it tends to hit the bottom and the top quite often when it makes a rough move, right? So anyway, how the RSI cave works, maybe I'll do a video on just that, but let's just say that you can find it over at bitcoindailyview.com. Search for RSI, you'll see it, install it, play with it, and you're going to find that it may work for you pretty darn good. How it works, well, it's based on RSI, of course. We'll get a little bit deeper into it, maybe sometime, do a video on just how it works, but it's very powerful, especially on the 4-hour. Okay, so we bounced down at the bottom of the RSI cave. The body hit it of the candle. The wick went below it. We're going to see. This is definitely some buying, some sell pressure. We're going to see, are we going to dip below that or what? You can see over here, historically, you can definitely see, I mean, even in recent history, we definitely have had some dumps below it. It does happen. Certainly can, certainly might. Let's see what happens here. Is this going to be the kind of fallout from the RSI cave? From the negative MACD cross? Let's see. I mean, we very well could be on a downward spiral for a little while. We'll see what happens. But right now, we are bouncing kind of, it looks like, at a reasonable place to do so. Wave channel oscillator by Lazy Bear on the 4-hour chart is damn powerful. It tends to really tell you about reality, even if you don't want to face it, which I often don't. So with that said, we are way down here into the oversold area. Wait for that tangent to turn up on the 4-hour. Green is the wave channel oscillator. Red is the signal. So we cross below the signal. We're way down here in the sweet ass buy zone. So, and you can see like where that has happened before. Like if you note back here. So if we look at this, see if it'll work. You can see back here. Am I looking in the right spot? December 3rd. Yeah, you can see here where we went way deep into that oversold area. We had a nice turn up there. So anyway, let's see what happens. This thing has definitely been dragging along the bottom for quite a while. So 4-hour chart shows possibly we're going to bounce, and we're bouncing where it was possibly where it makes sense. Now, let's look here at the 4-hour chart once again. We are looking at a fib retracement that I kind of started back here when we started a run up. I mean, it's just the way I'm seeing it. You could kind of start anywhere in here, anywhere you want, sort of, I guess you could technically maybe start here if you really want it to be very precise. I think this is probably the most accurate spot to start here. We definitely started a run up where we did not retrace much from it. So looking at a 4-hour chart, starting my fib retracement back here on like the 29th of September, we started moving up. You can see we've been doing good. The 618, here's the .5. So if we look at that, this is a 4-hour chart with a lot of time in it, okay? And if we look, this makes sense. And check out where we are. Definitely we've had some magnetic attraction here to the .5 recently, fib level, but also look where we are. We have worked down to the 618 before, and now once again, we're wicking down, getting towards that 618. So could we see a bounce at 35,000? I'm sorry. Oh God, did I ever screw that one up? Sorry, everybody. I totally jacked that up. This is Ethereum. So this was Bitcoin and Bitcoin. We're talking about Bitcoin. We just switched to Ethereum. We're going to go back to Bitcoin for a sec, but now that we're on Ethereum on the 4-hour chart, check it out. Ethereum versus USDT 4-hour chart. Beautiful movement here. Are we coming back down to the 618 for a bounce at 3,583? I mean, a buy order at like 3,500. Actually, a buy order at like 3,600. A limit order might be a sweet ass buy to get this dip as long as Bitcoin does not continue to spiral downwards. Not financial advice, but I'm going to put one in at 3,600 right after I get done with this. I think that'd be a sweet ass buy, and it makes sense. It's a logical place to buy as far as a dip buyer. I mean, that's buying dips is dangerous. Be careful. I mean, it's not the best advice all the time. I mean, I like to buy, confirmed uptrends, but looking at this beautiful chart here, I think a 618 is enough for Ethereum to give back before it starts moving again. So anyway, it's dumping with Bitcoin. That happens. So let's fire up a new chart here. Sorry to have confused you there. Ethereum looking like a 618 bounce is in the works. Let's go back to Bitcoin though. Sorry about that. Bitcoin versus USDT on Binance, where all the volume is. Going to look at that. Let's fire up a 45-minute chart. All right, 45-minute chart looking at Bitcoin. As you can see, we just have been below that 200 moving average. We've been challenging it. We can't get above it. Definitely here on the 45-minute chart, we are breaking below that RSI cave, and definitely we're just dumping pretty good. Looking at the stochastic RSI here on the 45-minute chart, we are seeing a tangent change. It's starting to change, so it looks like we definitely are getting oversold on the 45-minute chart. It does not mean that we'll stop dumping, but it does tend to lend towards that. We're below the bottom of the RSI cave, so this is definitely some serious sell pressure, which is ass hammering Bitcoin. So if you had your longs in, if you had your limit buys in at that bottom of the 4-hour RSI cave yesterday, which I know I had mine in, I saw mine firing off, and of course it went even lower, but still predictable place to bounce. And they're not huge, they're just a hedge, because I have confidence that even if it dumps lower, it will do fine this year. So let's see what happens. The 4-hour chart looks to me like it's bounce time, I think, and we'll see if we got those, whatever we were talking about yesterday, whatever, I forget what those were. I saw my limits fire off. Where were they? Anyway, we won't go into it. We had some limits placed yesterday, so let's see if they prove to be profitable. Now on the 45-minute chart, we see, boom, a nice green candle starting. And so the 45. Also, let's look at the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart, for some reason or the other, the stochastic RSI is very, very, very accurate there as far as looking at price action, when you're going to go up, when you're going to go down. And right here, you see the 1-hour tangent beginning to turn positive on the stochastic RSI. So that's kind of a cool thing to see. So I think we're seeing a bottom of this bounce. Like I say, we don't know. Be careful. I hope your limit's filled. If you had them here at the bottom of the RSI cave on the 4-hour, if you did, things are starting to look like that was a good play. But do note that there is this influence of the daily MACD crossing negative. We could see more downside. We definitely could. So be wary. I mean, looking at the what could I do here? I could kind of do yeah, look at that. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of, anyway, I don't want to belabor that. Anyway, let's just hope that we don't keep free falling. If we do, we do, whatever. Hello, Sadat. Anyway, with that said, the Ethereum chart in the 4-hour looks just glorious. Looking like we're going to bounce to the 618, and I think we definitely will. We're going to wick down to that. Well, we almost wick down to it. If you are a Ethereum versus USDT fan, this might be a time to start looking at a dip purchase. I know, if you're a dip buyer, I'm just saying if that is the strategy, like, I've always been thought if you're buying dips, that means to me the only dips I really buy are if I'm a dollar cost averager. I'm dollar cost averaging something, and I decide that this week I'm going to, because I see this dump, I'm going to do a little bit more dollar cost averaging, or I'm going to hedge back in or whatever. Dip buying to me has been a dollar cost averaging strategy when I see a good opportunity, but has it been like a trading strategy? It'll burn your ass more often than not. So be careful with that. So if you're a dollar cost averager, look where Ethereum is, sweet spot. You can see definitely the 618 has been support. And on the 45-minute chart, it dumped hard with Bitcoin. It may correct faster. So we're seeing some green action here on a 45-minute candle after a wick almost to the 618. Boom. I like what I'm seeing. And if you look at if we can pull a lot of data in here, definitely it gets a little bit busy. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Actually, that 45-minute chart looked kind of cool too. You can definitely see where this fib does work. So my GPU does not explode. This is a pretty good looking chart as far as, a 618. If you have a good move up and you bounce off that 618, that is a nice place to bounce. That is a good, dependable place. I like 618 bounces. They make me very, very happy. They usually mean you've given enough back to move up again. Bitcoin, it's hairy right now. Be careful. We are under the influence of it's funny. It sounds like astrology. We're under the influence of a negative MACD. So watch out. Daily is definitely seriously downwards pressure. Be careful. Whether this not leverage buy, but limit buy or market, if you had it down here at the bottom of the RSI cave on the 4-hour, that may prove to be powerful, profitable, maybe not. Like I say, for me, dip buying is only a dollar cost averaging, is an aspect of dollar cost averaging strategy. It's not really a way to trade, in my opinion. On the 45-minute chart, we're still not seeing traction quite yet, although the stochastic RSI on the 45-minute chart and the hourly chart does look like we are probably oversold. Ethereum on the 4-hour chart, let's go back to 4 hours where it looks a little bit better. Ethereum on the 4-hour chart, looking at this Fibonacci retracement, does look like possibly a sweet ass 618 bounce area. I like what I'm seeing there. If Bitcoin continues up, I might look into, and here's one. Let's fire up another tab here. Let's look at this. Here's one to be watching. I'm going to be watching it for sure. Okay. And it is right here. It is a Ethereum ETH versus BTC. With a dump like this, what if Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin on the way up? And look what's happening. Ethereum versus BTC. When you look at that, with this dump, it never even hit on the 45-minute chart, never even hit the 200 moving average. It never even really hit the bottom of the RSI cave. These indicators are turning up. I mean, whoo. Ethereum versus BTC, that might be a sweet trade. We're not quite in the zone I like to see. I would like to see the directional index continue to be in the green. I would like to see the ADX be at least 20. Right now it's about 12. I would like to see kind of a higher high. I like to see it get above. I'd like to see another move up. This is nice, but if you look at that, it's not a higher high. Maybe wait for a higher high. Wait for the squeeze index to start looking more positive here. Get some green, get some white golf balls, as I call them. Look for some upwards velocity there after we get back in the green. KRI is looking green. Stochastic RSI is definitely moving back up. I like it. Never even hit the oversold area. Original oscillator by Lazy Bear is definitely showing some positive action there. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart on render. Dang, look at that. 4-hour chart is looking like it broke above the 200 moving average, got to the RSI cave top, bounced, hit the 200 moving average, and is now bouncing off of that once again. I mean, oh, and look at that stochastic RSI. Oh, it's in that sweet ass buy zone for the although it's not slated by Lazy Bear, it's not so much great. Sometimes they don't agree. If they don't, for what it's worth, directional index is still in the green, but it's trailing off a little bit. Directional index is definitely in the green. ADX is where you want it. I'm seeing a bit of a cool off here. I'm going to wait for me personally, I might get in on this, and I'm going to wait myself, just to be honest with you. I'm going to wait for a higher high. Okay, here was your high. I'm going to wait for a higher high. I'm going to wait for somebody to get up there and find some traction. So this might be a sweet ass trade. So Ethereum versus BTC. There you go. Looking at the crypto universe in squares once again. There we go. That's what we see. Mostly a red day in the market at the moment. Ethereum, oh, maybe a sweet trade. Anyway, with that said, things that were doing well before ONG versus USDT. It's been it pumped. It was kind of going sideways. Boom, went below the 3 moving average, struggling to get above it. Not something I would screw with right now. But here's one that I might. Check this out. Sol versus USDT, known as, what are they calling this thing? Phantasma. Interesting coin, Sol versus USDT. Check it out. It's been riding this beautiful upwards trend, which it did break below. Okay, when this dump happened. But with that said, look at that 200 moving average bounce, finding traction, didn't go below it very far, moving back up. Indicators are beginning to turn back up. It's not taking its dump lying down. So Sol versus USDT, that might be a play. Can you do Sol versus BTC? You can do that on KuCoin also. Oh, look at that. Sol versus BTC, perfect 200 moving average bounce. Indicators moving back up. Sol versus USDT, Sol versus BTC, maybe a good play. How about this ONG versus BTC? You can play that on Bittrex. I like that. If you're an American user and you're not doing the whole Binance VPN thing, Bittrex, it's a way to get in on this too. Bittrex, looking at ONG, or I'm looking at Binance ONG versus BTC, continues to rock. Okay, looking indicators. Anyway, guys, I don't want to belabor it. Play whatever alts maybe you're involved in. I kind of like this C98, whatever it is, versus USDT. Perfect BART pattern almost, kind of. Was running up, just dumped hard. It's doing a 314 bounce. Look at that. Indicators. I'd wait a little while. I'm not quite ready to get in on this one, but it might be a coin that's not taking that dump lying down. So C98 versus BTC, where can we play that? It's on Binance also. If you're a strictly BTC trader, wait for these indicators to turn positive. Maybe that's a play too. C98 versus BTC. Anyway, guys, let me look at my scanner real quick here and just see if I see anything that's exciting. Sorry, you guys can't see it. I'll try to set it up where you guys can see this. It's looking at anything that I see pumping hard right now. PivX versus BTC, one to look at. AVA versus BTC took a run. Oh, damn, look at this. AVA. Let's look at AVA. Whatever AVA is. Trading view. AVA versus, can we do AVA? I'm sorry. AVA versus USDT. Where's that? On Binance, KuCoin, CoinEx, Polynex. Maybe on an exchange that you like, that you can use. Definitely this thing it's a 4-hour chart. Got a 45-minute chart. Sorry, guys, I'm not even the 30-minute chart. 15-minute chart. Yeah, sorry, I'm not really sure if my scanner even picked that one up. Anyway, guys, be careful out there. We're in a volatile time. PivX versus BTC. Let's one more time do that. PivX, Piv. I see that on my scanner. PIVX versus USDT. Let's try that. It's on KuCoin and CoinEx. It's a KuCoin. What's that one doing? No, that one sucks ass. PIVX versus BTC. We'll try to close this up here. I want to keep you forever. Versus BTC. How's it looking? Interesting. PivX versus BTC. If it can get over that 200 moving average, 30-minute chart. Let's look at that. Come on now, render. Not a really strong play. I'm gonna just not bother with that. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Be watchful. Let's see. I think Bitcoin is bouncing at a logical spot here, but like I say, we are under the influence now of a negative MACD, so I just don't know. On the daily, that is, it's not a beautiful thing to see. One thing I would say though is watch the 2-hour chart to 1 hour. Watch the MACD on the 2-hour chart and watch for its tangent to turn positive. That oftentimes is some strange, it just kind of tends to predetermine which way the daily is going to tangent basically. So be watchful here for a tangent, kind of a poke up. But right now on the daily, we are screwed. A spot also to look for some is 12-hour. One thing about the 12-hour, it will watch for its tangent to turn. So the 2-hour, the 12-hour do tend to tell me what the daily is going to do. So when the 2-hour and the 12-hour start getting strong tangents, you can figure that the daily very well may follow. Anyway, guys, man, we don't know what's going to happen. Let's look at the spot trading once again. 16 billion derivatives, 64 billion. That's pure crap. Not good. Crypto universe in squares. Nobody's really looking that good. You know what? That's actually just for the people who hate it. Let's look at SHIB. SHIB. My typing is a little crappy. It's because it's actually friggin' freezing here in the Sonoran Desert. I'm in my garage. But it's cool because I can crank my miners up like hardcore this time of year. SHIB, it's turning up, but it's well below the moving average. I would not play that. SHIB, still dead. Anyway, guys, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit banker cries, and I will see you tomorrow.